Performance. I'm Hannah. I'm joined
Matt.
by Matt today, and we are going to go through a review of day 2 of the UKNS World Championships events.
We are indeed.
So this will be the Sunday. So day 1, just to recap, the events that we have are
Axle squat for
axle
reps,
squat for reps,
followed by yoke 20 by 20 metres, obviously different weights, different weight classes. Third one is going to be the overhead medley,
overhead
I believe.
medley,
And then fourth was the
sandbag medley.
The sandbag run medley sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, so the run,
I think it
load,
was sandbags from
and then
hell or something
sandbag
like
for
that, wasn't it?
distance. Yeah, sandbag hell medley or something.
Yeah, so on to day 2 after a grueling day. Day 1, your legs are going to be absolutely knackered. It's going to be a race to the hot tubs around the hotels around Scotland, I think. After day 1, let's get ice baths in, get your recovery in, and sort of come into day 2 in whatever shape possible, really.
Yeah, so event number 1 of day 2 is a deadlift ladder. So 4 lifts that you have to make. They're all on the same bar, I believe, which is just the strength shop kind of like utility bar.
The old bastard bar, isn't it?
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think so. Or bastard bar, old bastard bar, something like that.
So for me, under 57s, we're starting with a 120, going to 140, 160, and then 180.
180, well over 3 times body weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of weight. And then for Matt, under 80s, you're starting at 230.
230, 250, 270, 290.
290.
So it's actually 10 kilos heavier than what we did at the UKNS finals last year.
Okay.
Which makes sense. It's a step up and it's a year later, makes sense. And it's also 10 kilos heavier than what they're doing at OSG Europe's. This weekend, actually, yeah.
So you had a deadlift ladder last year as well?
Yeah, last year, yeah. It was 10 kilos lighter, so we started with 220, 240, 260, 280.
How did you do in that?
I either came first or second. I think that was like the first time I'd ever like come top 3 in a deadlift event at like a national comp. I was like, oh my God. And it's purely through technicality of getting a really quick 2 reps in. I think I was the only person that didn't strap in for the 240.
Okay.
And like, if you watch that back, I believe it's on my my Instagram if you want to check it out.
So nobody got the third lift?
One guy, I believe, got the 3rd barbell, but I believe, like, I remember getting the 2nd one and it was like falling out of my hands. I was staring at Dean McVie, like, give me this, like, and actually specifically remember he got done over on a deadlift ladder at Worlds that year, so I wasn't sure how strict he was going to be with me. I'm like,
Okay.
please, give me the call. Like, literally, he said down on it, like,
Yeah.
oh, I had to go down with it. But
So how are you feeling about this one? So this one is a little bit heavier.
Pretty
So
good.
230, 250, 270, 290.
Yeah, I mean,
your current PB is
well, I've done a 260 axle, but I also did 255 2 weeks ago at Brits on a 255 axle. That wasn't a suit. To be
that
honest,
was for reps as well,
yeah,
wasn't
the
it?
last like 12 months, me and Josh have really Josh Lancaster, my coach, we've really nailed down on we are focusing on deadlift. All my other events are pretty
Matt
good.
is no longer going to be bad at deadlifts.
Happy learnt how to putt, baby. But yeah, so we've been really hammering on deadlifts, so I'm not losing points like I have been, like hemorrhaging points on deadlifts where I have been like in years gone by. So I'm actually eyeing that up. I know I'm not going to finish that.
What do we think about that 4th lift, that 290
290 is bonkers. I'm not
Kilo.
sure of any.
Words out.
I'm not sure of any natties that can actually pull that.
Don't know anyone your
Unsuited.
weight category unsuited that can pull 290.
That can pull 290, let alone at the end of it. I may be wrong. I know Carl Scott's getting stronger, but I don't think he's got that much stronger. Liam McConville was a very good deadlifter as well.
He's a good deadlifter, isn't
but
he?
I don't think his top end's that high. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I can't
So
speak.
if you
There are a
an
few.
under 80 weight class athlete and you can pull 290 kilos, let us know.
If you're not on the juice.
Yeah.
Also,
natural athlete.
I can't talk for. Obviously, there's a couple of European guys coming over. There's a couple
Right.
of new names on our sheet
Yep.
on our under 80s, which I haven't even had a look to see who
Okay.
they are, to be honest.
Yeah, 80.
No disrespect to them at all. Like, I don't know, but one of them might be an absolute freak deadlifter. You never know. But I know for myself, it's probably going to be. I think for a lot of the people there, it's probably going to be a very quick 2 reps. So try and get through that 230, 250. And then strap in, take your time maybe for the 270. Going off of what happened last year, it was a quick 2 that got the top points. So it's probably going to be the same again this year. I think it'll be the same with a lot of the weight classes.
So
last
60-second maximum time as well. So I think that'll be the same for me. A quick 2 at 120, 140, strap in and pull the 160. Don't even bother with the 180.
I think at the finals last year, up at Steve's gym, GBA, I think across the whole weekend, I think maybe like 3 or 4 people finished. I think there was a couple of the girls got it done and maybe one of the guys. I may have got that mixed up.
Right. So very few people.
I don't think there was any more than 5 people that finished that ladder last year. Okay. So could be the same again. And again, after doing the day before as well, like you've got to keep that into effect with your legs, like lower back and everything from the Husafell carries, everything like that is going to be pretty smoked from the day before. So I think it really is going to be a battle of who can recover best from day one, really.
And get them done the quickest.
That's it, yeah. So how are you feeling about that? So yeah, you said leave the 180, quick 2, strap in for number 3.
Yeah, quick 2, strap in for number 3. Don't bother with 4.
You just pulled 160.
Yeah, so I know I can pull 160.
Weekend, you,
so I'm good. I'm good for the numbers. I'm good for the first 2.
It was good 160 as well. Solid. Watch out, you girls.
But yeah, I don't think I haven't even tried 180.
Old mother deadlift over him. So anyway, deadlift ladder, event 5, very, very heavy, heavier than Europe's. So moving on to event 6. That is bag throw,
this is the bag throw, 60-second time. So we're throwing at 4.1 meters. I've got 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got 14, 16, 18, 20.
20, is it?
That's actually double what I have to lift. Wow.
Is it 4 meters, you said? 4.1?
Yeah, 4.1 meters high.
Confident with that.
Yeah?
I'm good on bag throws, yeah. I did a 24 kilo bag to about 4.5 meters a few weeks ago at the start of the prep just to see where I was at. I've been hitting sets of 5 comfortably, I think last week with 18.5, like well over that height. So for me, it's just a speed event.
Yeah, so all my training at the moment has been done at 10 kilos, and I know that I can hit that height at 10 kilos for within 60 seconds.
I think for the majority of people there,
it is just going to be who can do it the fastest, isn't it?
Yeah.
And without a mistake, because you get that one dodgy throw.
Although, yeah, bag throw, there's a lot of variables on it. Like if you get your balance a bit wrong, like pulling the bag back, get your balance a bit off. Like as well, it's a very explosive event. Like very quad. Like I know for me, it blows my quads out very quickly. Like when I get onto the heavier bags.
Yeah.
So after heavy squats, all the other nonsense from the day before, that could be a little bit different. But I'm not worried about that as an event, to be honest. I think it's going to be a pretty quick one.
So we train for this event by throwing basically up against a high wall. We don't really have anything to do. We can actually throw over. What's the difference? Is there anything different? Is it exactly the same?
For me, like in years gone by, I think the one thing that I've maybe done in my training, like say if I haven't done it at a competition over a barrier or something, is setting up too close to the wall. So I was setting up really, really close to the wall, and like my trajectory was like far too vertical. So I'd go to a comp, go to throw it, and then like maybe it'd get plenty of height, but wouldn't get like the right trajectory to go over. So that's one thing I've had to change, is move further away from the wall.
Okay.
Just so I get like a different trajectory into it, so I'm not just throwing straight up.
Yep.
But no, since that, I mean, like I say, it's one of the things you pick up from doing comps, don't you? You go to a comp, you go, oh, okay, that wasn't quite right in my prep, I need to address it and move on, and hopefully at the next comp you don't make the same mistakes.
I just got to get it right that time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing as well. So it's a case of like you all need to go places, and experience throwing it over a barrier, or learn from what I've sort of picked up at comps and go a bit further away from the wall and get that trajectory.
I do that anyway.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. I think across the board, that's going to be a very quick event. I think you're going to see the guys that are used to throwing a sandbag.
Boom, boom, boom.
You're going to get guys that, I think every comp you get some people that just completely neglect throwing bag, treat it like a kettlebell swing, and you'll see that on the day, and then you'll see guys that have actually kept that kind of thing going and
can actually
in their training. I think it lends itself a lot more to people that have like a bit more of an Olympic lifting background, being so dependent on the triple extension, getting vertical. If you're just used to swinging a kettlebell about, it's not anywhere near the same.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so event number 7 is Nat's event. This is sandbag to shoulder. Yeah. So for the under 80s, they've got 60 seconds, and it's 100, 110, 120, and 130 kilos. Feeling confident?
Sandbag done. It's going to be my event.
Yeah?
Yeah, straight up. Like, yeah, I can do all those weights comfortably. Nearly did a 150, a very saggy 150 bag yesterday. I think if it weren't so saggy, yeah, if it wasn't so flaccid, we might have been able to do it. That was over at Titan's Lair in Rushden. Had a little play after doing all my ladders and my rep work and stuff like that. So the only thing that I am finding with that is every time I do it, I'm slicing my ear open. There's blood all over the gyms, but we'll get a bit of Vaseline, we'll lube me up, and we'll be ready to go with the sandbag ladder.
So for my weight category, I've got 50, 60, 70, 80. It's hard. Like, I was doing 75 kilos yesterday. I wasn't.
You did it.
I'd love to say
You got it.
I love to
She
say
did
it's a 50% success rate, but it was probably about, I don't know,
It's early
about a
days.
40% success
Again,
rate.
this is
in
the type
terms
of thing
getting
where-
it. But, you know, then I suppose I'm just doing 75 after 75 after 75,
Yep.
which obviously in the comp it's going to get progressively
But
heavier.
I think what
So
you're
we've
kind
got-
of going through at the minute is a lot of athletes can relate to that. Is seeing a weight on a competition sheet and thinking, oh shit, I can't even get near that. Or early in the prep, struggling with that weight. Say like the Xerxes yoke carried
Yeah, I
for
couldn't do that when we
UKNS,
first
panic
started.
attacks
Couldn't
every
do it at
week. I
all.
can't do it. Come comp day, you were flying with it. Yeah, so it's like sometimes you just have to sort of trust the process, trust the coaching, trust that the programming and everything is going to get you there. Because we've still got 7 weeks. It's still pretty much a whole training block. Say an 8-week training block.
I mean, I need 3 weeks off in advance of this just to rest and recover, so maybe not 7
Yeah, we're a
weeks
bit
for
old.
me.
We're a bit old. We were just talking before this about how we're all creaking and falling apart joint by joint. But yeah, I think something like that is where you just have to kind of put your faith in. Because like I had the same with Brits last 2 weeks ago. When I saw the 255 axle for reps, I was like, what on earth? I'm not even going to
Yeah,
get a
I might
single
get
rep
one,
on that.
yeah.
And then come comp day, I managed to get 3.
3, yeah,
So
true.
It's
True,
one of
true,
those things. I
true.
think every athlete goes through that, looking at something on a board and going, I don't know about that. But then, 8-12 week training block, and you'd be amazed what you can do after a nice little deload session as well. So deload week.
Anyway, I've got the first 3. Just got to push for that 80.
We'll get that. And again, I think that's going to be another one that's going to be really affected by 6 events already gone before
I know,
that.
and then of course you've got the deadlift ladder at the beginning, and then you've got to do the sandbags. That's going to be hard.
It's
I mean,
going to
that's
be a
hard for me,
brutal
definitely.
comp. I think.
Like,
yeah.
my lower back will be fried.
The massage guns will be out in force that day, won't they?
Yeah, I think so. Okay,
So,
and
yeah.
then the final event is a bit of a weird one, because I don't know many people who can really actually practice this or train for it, because not many people actually have the kits.
Kyle
So
Scott.
we've, oh yeah.
Kyle Scott's built a one in his garden. Like, I don't know if he's like a carpenter or what he does, but like,
You said this.
he showed me a video at Brits. He's got like a bunch of, I don't know what they are, big long planks of wood, nailed them all together, put loading pins on there and all sorts. Like, he's put it on like a landmine attachment thing.
Yeah,
So I need to up my DIY game, really.
I think you do.
Or the
yeah.
travelling game. But yeah, finger's a weird one. Like, I personally have been doing Strongman for like 5-6 years. Never even touched a finger. Never seen
No.
one, never touched one.
So the fingers finger is 75 seconds for maximum reps. And is it 3.5 meters long?
Yep.
With the women for my class starting at 130 kilograms, and you guys are at 190 kilograms, about, because I know that they're having this kit specially made.
I think it's
for the
very
event,
approximate
so
with these
it's
things.
kind of a
yeah.
bit of a guesstimate at the moment. But so, how are you training for this, Matt? What are you doing to train for this?
So the one thing that I've picked up on or been able to like clue in is it's not going to be anywhere near the weight, and it's decent early in the days, like just to get a movement pattern and get your body used to a movement pattern. But I've been doing handstand walks from the wall.
Yeah, so I've got them as well.
Yeah, you had them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Adam were chatting about them the other week. But yeah, so basically just starting on the floor, walking your feet up the wall, and then walking back down, walking back
Do it
up,
again.
walking back down.
Do it again.
You're getting
Do
that
it again.
same kind of upwards motion, like having to stabilise your core, not hyperextend your back too much.
Yeah.
Obviously, with us being 6-7 weeks out now, it's now sort of the time where you need to start getting away from just learning the movement pattern and getting more into like peaking the weights.
Yeah, with the
So I know there's a couple of gyms around that have got like some makeshift ones and things like that we can get to. So
I don't know any. So if anyone is in
hopefully,
like,
Bionic Branch in, I want to say Chelmsford, I think it is. Sorry, Glenn, if I butchered that, but Bionic Branch, I think it's Glenn Branch PT,
Yeah, I know Glenn.
Alternation PT.
Yeah.
He's got a great little strongman gym down in Chelmsford.
he's got it.
Loads of strange kit down there, but I'm not sure how heavy they are. But again, it's good for movement pattern, get a feel for it. Just so you know that the first time you go to do it at the comp, it's not the first time you touch it. I made that mistake with the duck walk last year.
Yeah.
Never done duck walk or power stairs before it, and it cost me a podium position
Yeah.
in the UK finals. So
at my house at the moment, I'm actually having some decking laid.
we're trying to sacrifice her garden for a podium finish, guys. All right? Can you put in the comments below whether she should sack off her pergola and her decking?
We've got quite a lot of like long planks
For a
lying
win
around
at
our garden,
Worlds.
and I have literally, and they're not heavy, but I have literally just been practicing, just picking them up and like flipping them over. And flipping them
Pergola,
up and
World's
flipping them
podium.
over.
Pergola, World's podium.
So we have hopefully got enough left. that to create something, I think a bit like Kyle's made.
Yeah,
We'll have to get Matty Parr onto that.
We'll do some,
stuff.
yeah, we'll,
Leftovers from the decking and create our own little wooden.
I think again there's a good
or
story
get some
behind that.
scaffold, I think, as well as the other thing we talked
Scaffold
about.
poles, things like that, yeah. Anything that we can
poles
get some
and see
length
what we
on
can
and get our hands on.
But if anyone has any good suggestions or other ways to train for Fingal's finger, then let us
drop it in the
know,
comments
really.
below. Let us know. But I think that leads us on to like a good little sort of lesson from the day is make sure you can get hold of kit, because you're going to find strange things. You're going to have to be prepared to maybe build stuff. Like if you're starting off early days in your strongman career, like you've got to be ready to maybe build some kit, go out and buy some kit, find somebody that can weld some kit, or be prepared to drive to a gym. It's about an hour and a half for our closest Fingal finger, so we're going to have to be prepared to put some petrol in the tank and get on the road to get some training in. But again, it's valuable if you're going to a comp. Like you don't want to add like the competition nerves along with first time touching the kit nerves. Like it's not a good mix at all, guys. Like I speak from experience. It's cost me podium like finishes in the past. So yeah, get your hands on some kit. Don't neglect your training.
Cool.
There you go.
So there we go. That is our review of all 8 events. So 4 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday. All done.
Predictions?
What predictions?
Who's going to win the under 57s?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that.
You had it. Who's going to win the under 80s? Matt, sandbag Don, Natty King, Axel world record holder, probably Natty deadlift world record holder. See you in November, Jack. Peace out, guys. See you next time.
I'm just dreaming about popcorn.
Should we go watch Barbie?
Just like with a load of. I've seen Barbie. Are you inviting me to the cinema?
Yeah, to watch Barbie. Yeah. Do. Bag throw. Deadlift ladder. Gonna win it. Bag throw. Gonna win it. Sandbag shoulder. Gonna win it.
You know he's gonna win that one. Is that a scab?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Every time I do sandbags to shoulder, I like rip my ear off. I'm gonna have to like
Tape it. You know,
Vaseline it.
No, like a rugby player tapes them down.
Vaseline it.
Tape it down.
Vaseline.
There will be an increasing 10 kilogram.
It's a long Fingal's finger, mate.
Increases.
10 kilometre Fingal's finger. You get the baby weights.
Yeah, we get the baby weights.
Little baby strong, mate.
Okay, because I've got a bobble hat on.
You look gorgeous, darling. Bobble fuck.
Okay, right. Welcome to Nova.
I'll fucking start again. I'm like, yeah, boy, you're gonna get the fist bump this time. Yes.